Leos, you're starting here a really good period that is gonna be there for some time. I mean, until the end of April, is finally all the planets are moving direct. So we're starting to see the opportunity to take a move, to move forward. No, so it's like the energy is taking us to push ourselves. And this is something that was already happening internally since the end of last year, and probably what you had been experiencing until, I mean, from the beginning of this year. But it's like this month is the month, and probably by the end of March, it's when you're gonna start seeing more clearly where are these opportunities and being able to take those opportunities as well. And I think that this has to do a lot with your dreams and with your goals, not just professional goals, but personal goals as well. Your connections are going to be so important this month. Mars is moving from Taurus, your 10th house, to your 11th house, Leo. And you have so much things going on in your 7th and 8th house this month as well. So your connections, your partnerships, your like big groups and communities that you want to collaborate with are gonna be very highly influential this month and probably for the rest of the year, okay? Judgment. Maybe people wanting to come back, and I see here the Page of Pentacles with an opportunity. Something that it's materially worthy for you. Maybe are you rethinking of studying something that you thought that until now you were not able to do? And maybe what is happening is that this month you're starting to realize that this is actually a real possibility, Leo. Something that is practical, that probably is regarding your career or something that you want to do in the physical realm here, that maybe is quite new for you, or you already had it in your head, but maybe you didn't allow yourself, or because of the situation you were not able to take this step forward and say start maybe researching, studying something here. There is a lot of going on in your 8th house. So as I said, you have Mars, which is the planet that it's like where you're focusing your energy, where you're trying to take action, and probably many things are gonna be happening this month that are related to this 11th house, which I said is big groups, communities, friends, and dreams and hopes. You're focusing here yourself, Leo, in your own dreams. You have a goal here. And something that is requiring you to do some research. And during this Piscean season, Pisces is your 8th house. It's not the easiest house. And there are a lot of things going on this month in this Piscean house. Venus, Mercury, Neptune, the Sun, plus a new moon are gonna be there until they all have different transits during the month, but they're all gonna be, most of them, they're gonna be there until the 20th, until we start Aries season. And having this new moon that is happening on the 13th of March in your 8th house, with all this Piscean energy, this water element, that it's not the easiest element for you, Leo. many good things are happening here that are bringing a sense of having deeper feelings. Imagination is being like expand during this month. Creativity as well. But it does bring, Neptune, which is the ruling planet of Pisces. It's also implies in Pisces. So this Piscean season, it's very strong this year. And it's a Piscean energy is absolutely fantastic for going into these deep waters. And this eighth house for you, Leo, it's the house of transformation. It's a house where you don't want to stay into the surface. You are here wanting to dive deep into something that you're starting to see value in it. You know that this is something that you want to do, you want to work on. And it requires you to do some research, to restudy something here. Discover new, maybe, information. Discovering here as well new talents, maybe even new connections. This 11th house, with all what is happening as well in your 7th house since December. Jupiter and Saturn, they are in your 7th house, Leo. So, as I said, your connections are primarily a focus for you, because from talking about a personal level to your work or your career or your dreams, I think that people are reappearing during this month, or you are encountering situations this month that are kind of reviving and bringing you this chance to start something here that is becoming part of your reality, or it can become part of your reality. I just feel that, yes, the rest, the necessary rest. Leo, from the moment we're gonna start Aries season, Aries is a much better energy for you. You can work on that energy, and probably by the end of March is when you're gonna start feeling that you had reset yourself. And now is the moment where you will see that you can eventually take that action. But I believe that through the beginning of this month, and while you're diving into these waters, and while you're going through these probably massive transformation, and closing a chapter regarding situations that that are being led in the past, and now new ways of doing and new opportunities and new relationships are, it's like they are starting to flow. But I think that you are so emotionally dispersed that you know that you need some resting time, and this Pisces season, it's really the best season to do this, to take that rest. Four of Swords, take a time off. If you're needing to take a time off for yourself, or not necessarily alone, because to be honest, I think that for you, Leos, even though the pandemic and all that, you're gonna start seeing that connections are gonna be more a possibility during this month, and as well the month of April. But maybe at the same time that you are connecting, or you're having these exchanges in these groups, or with these people that maybe they are reappearing in your life right now, you are realizing here that there is something that is asking you to calm your mind, or kind of separate yourself for a little bit so that you can kind of rest and put a reset, uh, push that reset button in your head so that when Aries season starts, you can really start from zero. You can start with much more energy and also having your thoughts and your head more liberated from probably these past experiences or even probably conflicts that you had experienced in this last period. Don't worry if you think, because I feel like you're starting to see the movement, and you're starting here to realize that you have a big opportunity to start something regarding your career, your connections, that I think is gonna start little by little here, because I think that this is requiring you, as I said, to research, to analyze, to plan how you're gonna move forward. And while you're doing this planning, at the same time, you are being requested here to kind of back off a little bit from the situation and be curious. Your curiosity and your ideas are gonna be there very present during this month, but I don't think that I see the full action being taken until the end of this month. We'll see what the cards are gonna say now, okay? But you or somebody in your environment is looking at a situation probably from far. Analyzing, thinking about it, rechecking, looking. But it's like something here, it's put at pause, or is requesting you or to someone to put things kind of in a break. There is gonna be a full moon in your third house. And your third house is, wow, Page of Wands. You have 3 pages here. A lot of people wanting to communicate with you during this month, Leo. And the third house, the house of Gemini for Leos, is a house of communication and basic learning. This full moon, and this is when I see that, it's like, and then it's when we start the new season in Aries. It's like you're gonna come to the realization here of the opportunity to express yourself. And I don't think this is just expressing, but I think it's a lot to do regarding, it's something that you do practically, and I think it's related to your career or something that you are very passionate about, that is asking you to it's like coming to the light by the end of the month, and where you're finally finding a way to take action. Because you know what? How I'm seeing this is like you're starting the month in this way. So I see that you have been trying to work on something here and concentrate yourself maybe in a practical project, something that is very tangible in your life that you're trying to put efforts into. But what I'm feeling is that until now, Leo, And of course, you are connecting with this, resonating with this story. If it's not the case, check other videos, all right, or get personal reading. But if you're connecting with this story, whatever you were trying to work on, it was moving very slow. It wasn't moving that fast. And you know, Leo, you are this fire energy. You have this fire energy where, you know, fire signs, they want things to move fast. You're much more impulsive. I'm not saying that Leos are impulsive, but you know what I'm talking about. And what I'm feeling is that there has been a lot of pauses regarding this project you had, this thing that you were trying to work on. And maybe what happened here is that something here happened that you have to kind of take a step back. Take a step back and maybe rest from this, because it wasn't moving as fast as you were wishing. And so because of that, and I think that still this is what is happening to you right now, is that you don't see much movement here. You see yourself as an spectator, looking at the situation and say, well, man, I mean, I need to take a rest from this because it's kind of tiring me out to see that I'm putting all my efforts into it, and you are kind of, it's like you are not being able to see yet the results. But this is when we end the month of March, Leo, is when you're starting to have the opportunity to take that action. That full moon in your third house. If you were expecting to get a message or to communicate here something that is regarding this project that wasn't maybe moving as fast as you wanted during this month and starting every season, this is, I mean, what I'm seeing here is that you will find this opportunity to take action, to move. I mean, that fits so much more your energy than, yeah. And the Sun and the 8, yes. The Sun and the 8 of Goals here coming for you, Leo. My neighbor, she's hearing Jamiroquai. No. What she's hearing? Oh, Lenny Kravitz. Something here is coming to the light, Leo, about your work. Something that there is this message or this opportunity that you are receiving by the end of this year. It's gonna make you feel that all the efforts that you were trying to put are now being able to, it's like you're seeing a payoff here. The 8 of Goals with the Sun. And this is something that is bringing you so much happiness, in a sense of where you're perfecting something here. You're being able to work hard in detail into something that is practical, that is gonna give you long-term abundance here. And not just, when I'm saying abundance, I don't just mean it in a material way, but I mean it as well as you becoming or having this talent that you are being able to use. You know that there is a skill here that is very particular, that it brings you a lot of joy, you know. It brings you, it's like, you know, the Sun card in Tarot. We are talking here about Leo energy. It's like, this is something that it's really about you, Leo. The Sun and the Knight of Goals. Wow. So much earthy energy here. You have the Eight of Coals and the Nine of Coals coming here. So the fruits are coming out of the tree, Leo. And this is not because of magic. This is because you really work your ass off. Really. Like, you are becoming here, you're doing something that you had been putting a lot of efforts into, and you were studying it. I almost feel like I'm talking to a Leo here who had to study a lot or do a lot of research regarding this particular practice or career that you're starting right now. Maybe you already started it in the past, but as I said, it was not really moving as fast, no? And I think that this is what is happening right now, is that now you can put your hands on the matter, and this is what is bringing you so much, like big payoff, really big payoff, Leo. You being able to, maybe you are even, it's like launching your own project, launching your own business here. Something where you can be so much more independent, autonomous with your work. Nine of Goals. Yes. Working in your independence here. I feel a Leo who is concentrating themselves and putting their energy into creating something where they can build, or they are building a material abundance that it's also reflecting your emotional abundance here. It's making you grow, really. Ace of Goals, guys. So many goals in this reading for Leos. This is a gift. Leo, you are receiving here an opportunity, and this is a gift. This is something that is being given to you. And I love to see this combination, because we have here the Nine of Goals, and then we have here the Ace, which is creating a Ten of Goals. If I was here right now, the Ten of Goals jumping on the deck, I'm gonna start shouting. But you are getting the gold that you were missing here, or that it's like you were working and putting so much effort to get to this, Leo. But I think that this is something that is still, even though you knew and you were consciously working on it, I don't think that until now you were able to see these results. And this is when the results are coming and you're starting to feel it. It's just that, right now, when we're talking about this Piscean energy that is coming this month, for the most part of the month, is that these emotional aspects that Piscean energy brings, it's like it doesn't feel so comfortable for you, Leo, and then you drown, or you feel that you can drown yourself into your emotions. Like you would be very sensitive and a lot in your feelings, no? And because of that, those feelings and those sensations, I when I'm getting to this, is that instead of fighting them and dramatizing them, I think that you better accept them, that they are just there, and then you decide to say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna take that rest. I'm gonna try to mentally not try to, it's like I don't, not to suffocate myself with thoughts and ideas right now. It's like you're gonna still be curious and analytical about what it is for you, but you're gonna try to do it in a much more resting mode than being like almost obsessed about it, where all these delays and maybe all this lentitude that you had been experiencing and that you thought that it wasn't allowing you to reach to this goal, it's actually something that maybe it's helping you out to rest mentally and physically, so that when the action and the opportunity comes to you, you can actually start and work much harder and with better results here. Much better results. Because you're rested. You see? It's like when I'm looking at these cards, the strongest feeling I'm getting here is that whatever you're trying to start right now, you know it's gonna demand you so much energy and effort. And this is like the gate that is being open now when we start Aries season. It's like that moment where we end up the cycle of all the seasons and now we're starting a new fresh one. But sometimes before we enter and we say, okay, we pass through that door, it's good to consider to take that time to back off a little bit and kind of rest before the storm and the action takes place. Because sometimes, even though we really want it, and Leos, you have so much energy and you're so strong, but the cat also needs to rest. They need to sleep a lot. They need to sleep. They need to kind of recharge batteries, so that when they are in action mode or when they are into chasing mode, they can give the best of themselves. And they can get a prize here. I mean, because, Leos, I'm seeing here that you are working on something, and something here is giving to you that, even though this is, for me, it's looking almost as a gift, something that probably maybe somebody of your environment is gonna be giving to you. Okay, but I don't think that this is a surprise, even though you might experience it as a surprise, because you knew that this is something that you deserved a long time ago. In some way, you were expecting already this. Okay, what is coming here? 7 of Wands and standing your ground. As I said, Leo, right now, if the things are not moving yet as fast as you were wanting them to move, don't fight against it. Don't do this right now. It's not the time to do this. This is what you will feel it will be necessary to do by the end of the month. But not right now. Right now, if you're feeling that things are kind of stuck, don't fight against it. Let it flow. Let it flow and take maybe that time off. Why not? Take that time off and know that once you reset then the opportunity comes. But don't fight it right now, because you're gonna need all this energy to start and to also enjoy this. And you want to be ready. You want to be ready for this new start, Leo. You want to be ready for this new job opportunity, this project. You're gonna enter in a season where you're gonna have been working really hard and almost like you're gonna be feeling like you're gonna be into fight mode. Not fight like fighting against others. No, it's more like you're gonna be into this warrior mode where you're gonna have to be very strong and assertive with your decisions and your actions. Where you're heading right now. So be careful to not to now get too stuck in these ideas of things that are not moving, and then when I'm gonna get the response for that, or okay, don't get so much loose into it, because it's gonna come. It just needs maybe a little bit more time. Okay? Somebody, I mean, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. I want one more card for this Eight of Cups, and this is my last card for the Leos. I'm using my Tarot de Fuego to specify it on this card. This Eight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. It came again. This is if you now get too much stuck in things that were not moving, and you're starting to feel like the pressure and the need, almost like it's putting something here is putting you into defense mode, because I see that this project or this opportunity that was on your way, it's really strong how I'm feeling it. It's like it's something that you were expecting in the past in some way, and it wasn't coming in that way, or it wasn't happening with that velocity. And because of that, it's almost like you feel that something here emotionally you need to leave behind, because it's kind of like draining you emotionally. Probably because there is a sense of weight, or a sense of maybe this is requiring you so much effort, or you know, like all this 8th house activation you have this month is like it's asking you to dive deep and research in things. You know, it's like you cannot stay in the surface. Something here is telling you that you can't stay in the surface, and it's demanding you quite a lot of effort, and not just energy and effort, but constancy, like being constant in those efforts. Because, you know, sometimes we can do things and say, oh, we do this, and it's like this action is being taken in a very short term or period. But what I'm feeling with all these cards and all the pentacles I'm seeing in your reading, Leo, is that what you're being asked to is to take a steady, long-term effort regarding whatever this is your goal. This is why this situation, this project is requesting you to take probably things slow until now, but constantly dive deeper and deeper, improve your knowledge here. I mean, you know, all this full moon in your third house, and then you're gonna have the Sun and Venus in the ninth house by the end of the month. It's like when we start Aries season, the Sun is gonna be in your ninth house together with Venus. So, like getting into higher learning, it's gonna be specifically something that it's gonna be demanding for you, but in a good way. But you need to be persistent here, Leo. You need to be persistent, and maybe just if you're starting to feel too tired, and well, take that rest. You know, I think this is the time. It's like for probably this beginning of the month until mid of the month, passing this new moon on the 13th in Pisces. As I said, it's a good time to rest and say, okay, if you're feeling too stressed out and you're like, oh my God, I mean, I don't know what to do with this. I don't even know if I'm gonna get this opportunity, or I'm gonna get this message, or if this person will come back to me, or if I will be able to establish a connection so I can start this project. That's how I feel it. But what I'm sensing here is that you need to continue. Because something here is brewing, probably in the back here, and maybe this is what is making you feel that you maybe need to fight your emotions of letting this go. Well, actually, I think this is something that will be very satisfactory for you. But you need to persist, Leo, because I'm telling you, guys, by the end of this month, you're gonna have a gift here. A very important gift that you don't want to lose. Alright, guys, I'm gonna see you next month, and I wish you the best for this March, Leos. Take care of yourself, big cats. Bye bye.